Welcome to Django Models. In this one, we're going to be teaching you the concept of Django Models. That is, we're not really building an application here, but rather going into various things that relate to something that is so fundamental to building your application in Django. Now, of course, this is an add-on. This is a reference to building an actual project. So in our other projects where we go through these models, this is where you're going to come back to. So if you need to reference something in related to models, check out this particular project. Now, what are models exactly? They're how Django maps your data to the database. Now, databases can be all sorts of databases. You can have a different kind of database than the different code in Django. Django is really good for mapping to that database. It's kind of like if you were using Excel or if you were using numbers. So one's a Microsoft product, the other one's an Apple product, right? So the way that they render are just slightly different. Think of those as two different kinds of databases. They pretty much work the same, but they don't necessarily work the same. Django allows that function or functionality to happen to where all you have to worry about is writing Django code, and then your backend database will most likely work just fine because Django has built in stuff to make that true. So in this series, we're going to go through the core concepts of this, assuming that you know nothing about models. Hopefully you actually do know something about models, but we're going to assume that you know nothing. So even if you're watching this fresh, or if you're watching this as like a more experienced user, this is going to be a really useful series for you to understand how models work, how you can use them, and how they can make your applications much better. So let's get started.